Yo! What's up, One Crack News? It's your boy Carcino here. Let's get it. Now, rumors have been flying around again, digging up news about what we were talking about earlier that reared its ugly head. Um, I'm like, what are they talking about? And people are just like, yo, Jay about to go to jail. They about to take down Jay. And I'm like, what? Like my whole mind is like confused when I start seeing nonsense. And I just start like looking at it and just going like, what the hell is people even having a conversation about? So I look at it and I see they bringing up the Kathy White situation again. Like, I guess some journalist brought it up, and then everybody's like, Jay-Z had a side piece that died. And I'm like, oh my gosh. People are so far behind the eight ball. And this is why we tell people, you should have been on the Patreon. Because on the Patreon, we talked about this years ago. And that's on the Patreon. And we tell you what went down. So, if you want to know about that in detail, you need to go to the Patreon on Carcino for Life. And then you won't be, lost in the sauce. Now, when you start thinking about what actually went on and transpired, you start saying to yourself, like, okay, we got a serious situation here, and we're looking at stuff from a different angle. I was looking at it from an angle of, okay, this is what they want to do, and that's just what we needed at the time. So we understood what it was for us to do what we had to do as men, and we understood this whole Jay-Z situation from what people are here talking about, and we're like, what? It's like, are you serious? Because I'm seeing it and it's just blowing my mind. Like, y'all really believe this? And we're and we're saying like, no, that ain't the case. Because what we're looking at is an entirely different, situation. It's not even making sense. We're sitting here looking like, really? Is that what you thought? It's quite an engagement when you see people move in such a way. But for us, it's different. Jay-Z is not being investigated for no murder or no Kathy White. All right? Let's get that in perspective right now so that everybody will know this isn't the case. All right? It's not the case. He's not being investigated for this murder. They want to dig it up to just get some controversy going on so that people could, be caught up in that situation. Um, well, you're looking at a situation that is indifferent from what we had going on. When you're looking at a lot of these different categories that are put together, you start thinking about situations that don't really matter you know, or rarely have anything to do with us. We're looking at a terrible situation that played out amongst the majority of the masses, and you're looking at people that just don't get it. This was a time and place where things was going on, and I'm not saying Jay-Z's innocent of anything. What I'm saying is, uh, Jay-Z was in a position that was not beneficial to him at said time. Now, when you start looking at all the perspectives or all the people who were looked at as, you know, well, it's a lot of people that's looking at Jay Z and looking at him funny, or they're gauging it based on, oh, he was a criminal record. She was about to expose him and Beyonce, and this was gonna rock the Jay Z marriage. I'm like I said, I'm not here to say what he did do or what he didn't do. All I could tell you, if you want to know what fully went on, go to the Patreon. I will put it at the top of the Patreon because we have it on the Carcino for Life Patreon. So if you own there, it's easy. All you got to do is type in Jay-Z or Beyonce and you will find it. But it is on there. I know we spoke about this on the Patreon a few years ago, actually. So it's on there, and you'll have the whole story about that whole situation, which is very shocking. But Jay-Z's not being investigated for it. So I don't know what anybody's telling you, or they just trying to create something on the internet to make him look bad for something. All I could tell you right now is what I know. And what I know is he's not being investigated for anything. So if you're seeing that, don't believe it. It's not the case right now. So I was looking at it from a different perspective from a lot of other people. And there's a lot of people that's not here no more based on things that were said or done in this business. Um, you're looking at people doing things that just don't really um, it doesn't categorize with what we needed or had done in our society and time. Uh, a lot of us are stuck in a situation where we really would like something better, but you've seen Hollywood situations go a different way. You've seen a lot of people that ain't here no more. That a lot of people say, "Hey, I think something fishy is going on here." Can nobody just die anymore? Unfortunately, you've seen that a lot where you know sometimes somebody lose their life and right away there it is, boom. It was an attempt to take someone's life, or it was a whole different altogether situation. It was just quite different. So right, it's always got to be all these television shows. You got First 48, you got all this, people are intrigued. So if you tell them right away, like, man, it's something fishy, he fell down and bumped his head, everybody is enamored by it. So they got to, keep their eyes glued, you know? So the more the story changes, the more it stays the same. So what you have to do is make sure that you're doing your job and you're paying attention to the signs, and you're dealing with situations that you see that are what you would call common. You know, many of us don't even bat an eye at the situation. We just say, okay, that's what it is, and we move forward. You know, for the rest of us, we don't even think in that format. We look at it as a situation that normally is categorized as uh, gossip or rumor. So don't nobody really pay it any mind, but you've seen it before, so it is what it is. You know, I'm just gonna tell you what I know. So if you want to know the truth about this whole Kathy White, her death, she did mess with Jay-Z before. They did mess around. To the extent that she worked for Jay-Z, all that stuff, you're gonna have to go to the Patreon and talk about it. A lot of this stuff isn't for YouTube. It's on the Patreon. So if you want to hear about it over there, we got it on the Carcito for Life Patreon. But I'm just here to let y'all know Jay-Z is not being investigated for her disappearance. I've seen a lot of people running with that, so I just had to put the truth out there. So I'm out the door. Don't forget to subscribe to the page here. Kwame Brown Bus Life, Ticket TV, welcome to HD, IITV, Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez, Armando Black TV. I'm out the door, y'all.